terror plot was first detailed during a secret meeting in a hotel room in southern Thailand in early 2002. Key operatives from the shadowy terrorist organisation known as Jemaah Islamiyah were present, including Osama Bin Laden's lieutenant for Southeast Asian operations, Bali. He ordered a new strategy of hitting soft targets like bars and nightclubs rather than high-profile sites like foreign embassies. Few people were aware that in 2001 Bin Laden had issued a death threat targeting Australians as punishment for helping to quell the separatist violence on East Timor. The Crusader Australian forces were on Indonesian shores and they landed on East Timor, which is part of the Islamic world. But it was during another underground meeting in a house in Solo in central Java in August 2002 that the field commander, Iman Samudra, announced the plan to bomb Bali, and the main agents of the plot first came together. The details of the attack were finalised in Bali between the 6th and the 10th of October. A Mitsubishi van packed with explosives was driven down the main street of Kuta and parked outside the Sari nightclub. Just after 11 p.m. on the night of October 12, a man called Iqbal walked into Paddy's bar and detonated a suicide vest. The initial blast was followed by a second, much larger and deadlier explosion. The reason I chose Paddy's and the Sari Club for the jihad bombing is because I saw lots of foreigners there engaged in immoral acts. Within 24 hours, Australian Federal Police and forensic teams arrived on the scene and joined Indonesian investigators in a bid to track down those responsible for the atrocities. Within days, Indonesian police arrest Muslim cleric Abu Bakar Bashir, the fanatical cleric who since the 1980s had led the clandestine network known as JI, advocating jihad or holy war against the West. A month later, police make a major breakthrough, arresting the first suspect for the Bali blasts, a mechanic named Amrozi. Under questioning, he admits to buying the van and the chemicals used in the bomb. He was the key to unlocking the terrorism network. 5 days later, a taped message reportedly from Osama Bin Laden praises the bombers as zealous sons of Islam. On November 21, police arrest the field commander of the bombings, Iman Samudra. They claim he learnt how to make bombs in Afghanistan. In early December, Amrozi's older brother Mukhlas is arrested. The Islamic teacher denies any involvement, but authorities claim he's the mastermind behind the Bali bombing and also the operational chief of Jemaah Islamiyah. Early in the new year, Ali Imran, the younger brother of Amrozi and Mukhlas, is detained as he tries to flee the country. Unlike his brothers, he's the only one to express any regret for his role in the carnage. 2 weeks later, and after months of speculation, the Indonesian authorities finally directly linked Jemaah Islamiyah to the Bali bombings. In mid-February, Ali Imran admits his role in the attacks and demonstrates how he and others assembled the bombs. He also said he felt sorry for the families of the victims, but he describes the US and its allies as legitimate targets. On the 12th of May 2003, the first of the Bali bombers, Amrozi, goes on trial. Within weeks, he's followed by Iman Samudra, Mukhlas and Ali Imran. 3 months later, Amrozi is found guilty of helping to plan and carry out the attacks. He's sentenced to death. A month later, Iman Samudra is found guilty of organising the attacks. He too is sentenced to death. 8 days later, Ali Imran is convicted of planning an act of terrorism and sentenced to life in jail after the court repeatedly hears his expression of remorse for his actions. On the 2nd of October, Mukhlas is also sentenced to death for acting as the overall coordinator of the attacks. During the years of legal arguments through numerous court appeals, the condemned men continue to preach jihad in prison, but on the 8th of November 2008, Amrozi, Mukhlas and Iman Samudra are executed by firing squad on the island prison of Nusa Kambangan.